drawing a diagram is very important. Okay, most of you, what you will do in the exam is, so this is actually a 3D geometry. So you have to draw D is equal to B cross A2 minus A1 divided by B divided by magnitude of vector B. Okay, so I would say that the formula that I have given itself is. Hi students, welcome to 10 power 100 maths class. So in this video, let's discuss about the 3D geometry. Okay, so for your examination, especially from this chapter, there are quite a few standard questions which are compulsory. Okay, so we have, like, in fact, this chapter was one of the biggest chapter earlier, but now because of deletion of some topics, now it is one of the easiest chapter, students. Okay, so there are quite a few topics which are easy, and there is a pattern to solve, so that I'll explain very clearly in this video. So if you're watching my video for the first time, please subscribe to my channel, and for all the math content, please watch my videos. Okay, so let's get in. So first one, see, these are the topics that are there in this chapters. Okay, so why I am specifying now itself, because, so first of all, you should understand, you should not waste more time on spending for basic stuff. Okay, so now in this case, here we have 5 topics. I want you to focus these 5 topics very clearly, and on the basis of marks, children. Okay, so now the first one is direction cosines and direction ratio. So this is the first topic that comes under this. There are only 2 topics under this, direction cosines and direction ratios. This might come for 1 mark, either in the MCQ or in the 2 markers. So that is one thing that you have to check in. Next, equation of line. So derivation. Okay, so earlier this was one of the 5 marker concept, but now it is not a 5 marker topic anymore. So this is actually a 3 marker. So this can come for 3 mark derivations. Okay, so there is a vector form and a Cartesian form. I'll explain this topic in this video. Okay, and next one is angle between 2 lines, only formula and the problem based on that. So for this, you just need some of the basics topics of vectors, so that I'll explain in this video. So next one is distance between 2 skew lines and distance between 2 parallel lines. Okay, so the derivation, I can guarantee you that they won't ask any derivations on distance between 2 skew lines and parallel lines, but the problem based on these are very important. Okay, so I'll explain everything very clearly in this video. That you just have to watch this video till the end, children. Okay, so let's solve some of these. Okay, so first one is direction cosines and direction ratios. Okay, so the direction cosines and direction ratios are represented by L, M, and N. So what is L? Now if I consider a vector, okay, so first of all, let's consider a vector. Now if I consider a vector A is equal to AI cap plus BJ cap plus CK cap. Okay, so this is a standard vector. So now if I consider a vector A is equal to AI cap, BJ cap plus CK cap, here the ABC, okay, so direction ratios are nothing but this A comma B comma C. Okay, the number components of I, J, K are nothing but direction ratios. Okay, in this case we have A, B, and C. Okay, so there are 3 direction ratios. So now when it comes to direction cosines, so please understand there is a difference between direction ratio and direction cosine. Now in this case we have direction ratio. Direction ratio is A, B, C. Now for example, if I consider a vector A is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Okay, so in this case the direction ratios are 2, 3, and 4. That's it. Okay, so don't get confused with this. That is direction ratios. Next one, so when it comes to direction cosines, it is represented by L, M, and N. Okay, so L, M, and N. So now there are 2 ways we can find out L, M, and direction cosines. When this is the formula. This is when direction ratios are given. This is when direction ratios are given. Okay, and these are the 3 formulas when angles are given. So now this is when angles are given. So please understand. So there are 2 ways that we can find out direction cosines. One is when direction ratios are given, and the other one is when angles are given. Okay, so now when direction ratios are given, it is easy for us to find out. Okay, the formula is, now let's take this example. A is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Now L is equal to the first component, direction A. So A divided by magnitude of this particular vector. So square root of 4 plus 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16. So we get 29, right? So root 29. So this is L. Okay. Next, M is equal to 3 divided by root 29. So once again, we get same vector. Next, N is equal to 4 divided by root 29. So this is how we find out direction cosines when direction ratios are given, children. Okay, so this is easy for us. Next one. So now the same thing they can ask in terms of angles. Okay, now when it comes to angle, now they'll give you 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Find the direction cosines when the angles are in the ratio of not in the ratio 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. In this case, the formulas are L is equal to cos alpha, M is equal to cos beta and N is equal to cos gamma. So now cos 45, this is nothing but L, M is equal to cos 60 and N is equal to cos 90. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2 and this is 1 by 2 and cos 90 is 0. Now LMN are 1 by root 2 comma 1 by 2 and 0. So this is how we will get it. Okay. So this is how you find the direction cosines and direction ratios. So please understand. Okay. So when it comes to direction ratios, this is the formula that we are going to use. That particular component divided by magnitude of that particular vector. And when it comes to angles, so we use cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Okay, so let's see some of the problems. I will just explain in this. If now just read the question. So if a line makes 90 degree, 135 degree and 45 degree with respect to XYZ axis, find the direction cosines. Okay, so now very clearly for us they have given angles. So 90 degree, 135 degree and 45 degree. So let's use the formula cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Okay, so now L is equal to cos alpha. Cos alpha is cos 90 degree. M is equal to cos 135 degree and N is equal to cos 45 degree. Okay, now there are two values that are very easy for you to calculate, cos 90 and cos 45. So cos 90 so cos 90 is 0 and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So this is one thing that you have to be very careful. Okay, cos in the second quadrant is negative and this can be taken as cos 90 plus 45. 90 plus 45 becomes minus sine 45. So the answer is minus 1 by root 2. Okay, now the direction cosines are so 0 comma minus, so 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2. So this can come for MCQs. Okay, so this is one of the important questions for MCQs. They can change the angles here and ask you to find out. Okay, remember your grade 11 allied angles are very important when you're calculating this, especially plus and minus. Be very careful. Okay, next one. Next one is if a line has a direction ratio of -8, 2 and -4, then what are its direction cosines? So here in this case, they're asking us to find out direction cosines by using direction ratios. Okay, in this case, the formulas are L is equal to A divided by magnitude of vector A. Next, M is equal to B divided by magnitude of vector A, and so N is equal to C divided by magnitude of vector A. Now we will be thinking, how to solve this. Nothing to worry, it's easy. Okay. Now let's consider this as vector A. Vector A is equal to minus 8 I cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap. So this is the vector. Now for this, I'm going to find out magnitude of it. So magnitude of vector A is equal to, so this is 64, we get it. 64 plus 4 plus 16. So 20 root 84, we get it, right? So root 84. Okay, so you can reduce it to lowest form. So I'm not going to solve that. Now, when it comes to L, direction cosine L, it is minus 8 divided by root 84. Root 84. And this is B. B is what? 2. So 2 divided by root 84. And this one minus 4. So minus 4 divided by root 84. So this is how we are going to find out the direction cosines when direction ratios are given. Okay, so the previous one was when they had given angle, how to find out the direction cosines, and in this case the direction ratios are given, and this is the way that we find out direction cosines. I hope these two are clear for you all. Next one, find the direction cosines of a line which makes equal angle with the coordinate axis. Okay. Now they're asking us to find out direction cosines when the angles are equal, children. Okay. In this case, it's simple. Now there are three different angles we have got it. That is alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Okay, so there are three different angles, all are equal. So this is what we are going to take. Now, when it comes to this, we have a relation. Okay, that relation is L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1. L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1. How are you going to get this? It's actually very simple. Okay, now, yeah, so I will write this now. Let's take these formula itself. Okay, now L square is what? L square plus m square plus n square. Now L square is nothing but a square divided by I'll take with example and I'll prove. Okay, so then you will get kind of idea about this. Now this is minus 8 divided by root 84 the whole square plus 2 divided by root 84 the whole square plus minus 4 divided by root 84 the whole square. Now when you solve this, you get 64 divided by 84 plus 4 divided by 84 plus 16 divided by 84, you get it. When you add all of this, you get 84 by 84, that is equal to 1. Okay, you can take example and prove, or else with these formula itself you can prove. So remember this. So this is one of the important formula for us. L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1. Okay, so with the same formula, what I'm going to do here is L square plus m square plus n square. I'll write in place of LMN, I'll take cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma, because now they have specified in terms of angle. That's the reason I'm taking these formulas. So cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. So now alpha, beta, gamma are same, no? So then alpha, beta, gamma will become I'll take is equal to alpha only. I'll take. Okay, so what do you get? So cos square alpha plus cos square alpha plus, so cos square alpha is equal to 1. So 3 cos square alpha is equal to 1. Okay, then cos square alpha is equal to 1 by 3 and cos alpha is equal to 1 by root 3 plus or minus, because square, right? So now when it comes to direction cosines, you will write L comma m comma n is equal to, so plus or minus 1 by root 3 comma plus or minus 1 by root 3 comma plus or minus 1 by root 3. So this is how you will find out direction cosines when angles are equal. Okay, so remember, this is one of the formula that I could not explain in the beginning slides. So now I'm explaining. So L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1. And now with respect to this, they can ask what is sine square alpha plus cos square beta, sorry, sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma. Okay, there is one question based on that. So you have to write sine theta in terms of cos in terms of sine, and then you will solve it. So 1 minus sine square theta, 1 minus cos square, sorry, 1 minus sine square alpha, 1 minus sine square beta, 1 minus sine square gamma. I think the answer is root 3, I guess. Just try it out from your end. If you if you cannot find out, just put it in the comment section. I'll explain later. Okay, next one. So find the direction cosines of the line passing through the 2 points. Okay, passing through 2 points. So we have to be very careful whenever they give points, okay, especially in the 3D geometry and vectors. So in this case, they have given 2 points. Now the first point is minus 2, 4 and minus 5. And this is 1, 2, 3. I'll take this as a vector point P and Q. So now when it comes to vector PQ, so you will find out the final minus initial. So OQ minus OP. OQ minus OP. Now it's always the second vector minus first vector. So now if I just do this, 1 minus of minus 2. So this becomes 3i cap, 2 minus this one. So minus 2j cap, 3 minus of minus 5 plus 8k cap. Okay, so I got PQ vectors. Now they're asking us to find out direction cosines, right? So now L divided by, so L is equal to 3 divided by magnitude of this vector. So 9 plus 4, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13, 64. 64, 67, 77. So root 77. Next, m is equal to minus 2 divided by root 77 and n is equal to 8 divided by root 77. Okay, so 9 plus 4, 13. Yeah, 64. 77 is correct. So this is how we will calculate. Okay, so here there's a difference is 2 points they have given. So with respect to 2 points, this is a first you have to find a vector, and after that you know how to find out the direction cosines when direction ratios are given. So now these are the direction ratio for us, and you know how to calculate the formula or calculate all of this. So easily you can do that. Okay, next one. So find the direction cosines of the line passing through the points. This is done. Okay, next. So next one, this is one of the very important derivation, children. Okay, derive the equation of the line in space passing through 2 points and parallel to the vector in both vector passing the parallel to vector both in vector and Cartesian form. Okay, so here now I'm going to derive by using vector form, and later I will do Cartesian form. Now vector form. So before getting into the vector form, what I want you to do is drawing the diagram is very important. Okay, most of you, what you will do in the exam is, so this is actually a 3D geometry, so you have to draw 3D axis cylinder. Okay, so this is how you will draw 3D axis. Then you will take a line, so I'll just draw that in different line. You will take one line. Okay, there are 2 points, point A, and this is a resultant point, point P. This is two vectors. This is A vector, and this is the resultant vector r vector. Okay, and for this one on top of this, there is one more vector. This is B vector. So this is how we have to draw the diagram. So remember, it's actually a 3D axis. So for this, this is what the diagram is. Okay, now this is actually a line. So now if you observe, when the lines are collinear, okay, when the lines are parallel, here look at this, the line AP. Okay, the line L, that is nothing but AP is actually parallel to B vector, right? So what I'm going to take is AP vector is equal to lambda times of B vector. Okay, lambda times of B vector. Now how I'm going to take it, because if A and B are parallel to each other, if A and B are parallel, then we take it like this: A is equal to lambda times of B. Okay, A is equal to lambda times of B. So this is a standard form. So you would have learned this in a vector chapter, and even in this case, we are continuing the same. Here in this case, AP and lambda B are parallel vectors. So some of the descriptions are there for this diagram. Okay, that you have to specify in the beginning of this diagram. Okay, after drawing the diagrams, you have to specify what is the AP, what is point A, what are these position vectors. All these are you have to mention. Once it is done, then you will write AP and lambda B. So AP and B are parallel vectors. With respect to that, we can write it as AP is equal to lambda times of B. Okay, once it is done, now how I did second vector minus first vector when we found out the direction ratio in the previous case. This one. So OQ minus OP. Now if it is PQ, we write it as OQ minus OP. Now if it is AB vector, it is second vector. So OB vector minus OA vector. So this is how we write it. Okay. Now in the same case, now for this AP vector, how can I write? Can anyone tell me how can I write this? It is nothing but second vector, that is OP vector minus OQ vector, right? OA vector. OP vector minus OA vector is equal to lambda times of B. Okay, so this is very important for us. OP vector minus OA vector is equal to lambda times of B. After this, it's easy for us to derive. Okay, now look at this diagram. If you see this properly, it is OP vector is nothing but R vector, resultant vector. So vector R is minus, now OA vector is nothing but, this is actually point O. Okay, so now OA vector is vector A is equal to lambda times of vector B, lambda times of vector B. So with this, we can write R is equal to vector A plus lambda times of vector B, vector A plus lambda times of vector B. So this is how we prove, and that's it. Okay, so very simple. So I have not written all the description, children, here, but trust me, like if you write this much along with few lines, the explanation of this diagram, so easily you can score 3 mark out of this. Okay, if they ask you vector form, what if they ask you vector and Cartesian form? In that case, you just have to solve 3-4 lines extra that I will explain the next slide. Okay, So this is one of the important like move in this chapter. Okay, why I'm saying move, because with respect to this we are going to solve a lot of questions, Ellen. So first, if you're learning this chapter, focus on this derivation, and then you get into the further calculations. Okay, so now we got vector r is equal to a plus lambda b vector. Okay, now if you observe a vector is actually on top of this line, and b vector is here, right? So there are now if I take direction ratios for this line, so I'm going to derive Cartesian form of this. Okay, now we are going to do Cartesian form for this. Now, so now for this, let's write the vector in direction ratios. Now vector A is equal to, remember, vector A is actually this point, correct? So it's already on top of this line. Now for this, the direction ratios are x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Remember, because it is on top of this line. Now vector p. So now this is a resultant point, correct? So for this resultant point, we are going to take vector p is nothing but vector r. Vector r is equal to, for this, xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Okay. Now if you see vector b, okay, vector b is actually a separate vector which is not connected to these two, right? So in that case, this becomes vector b is equal to, here I'll take ai vector plus bj vector plus ck vector. Okay, so ck cap, so ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. Okay, this is what the direction ratios of vector a, vector r, and vector b. Okay, so please don't get confused with this. Since a and p are on same line, now we are taking x1 x, y1 y, and z1 z. And since b is actually a different vector, we are taking in terms of abc. The direction ratios are in terms of abc. Okay, now in the previous case already we have proved. So vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda times of b. Vector a plus lambda times of b. Now it is easy for us to do all of this. Okay, now you know vector r. Vector r is nothing but xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap is equal to, vector a is this one, x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap is equal to lambda times of vector a plus vector b plus vector c. Okay, so yeah, it's not vector a plus vector b plus vector c, it's ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. Is that right? Yes, I made a mistake there, so please don't get confused with that. Okay, now so what we have to do is, now for all the I terms, we'll write it. Okay, now if I consider only I, it's actually nothing but it's x is equal to, there it is, x1, and there it is lambda times of a, right? Lambda times of yeah, let's not write vectors. Okay, lambda times of a. Okay, now if I take j, so j cap, if I take, here it is y is equal to y1 plus lambda times of b, and if I take k, it's nothing but z is equal to z1 plus lambda c. Yeah, so this is the formulas. Now let's solve for lambda here. So now if I solve this for lambda, we get lambda is equal to x minus x1 divided by a, and here if you solve this for lambda, we get lambda is equal to y minus y1 by b, and last one, if you solve this for lambda, then we get z minus z1 by c. Okay, now this is the final step. After this, since this is lambda, 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 we equate all of this. Now the final formula for us is x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to z minus z1 by c. So this is the Cartesian form of equation of line. Okay, so like very important for us, because they can ask either a vector form or a Cartesian form when it comes to solving the sum children. Okay, so at least for that you just have to remember the formulas. So remember, it's not only to get three mark after doing the derivation children. Okay, to solve problems, the upcoming topics, especially shortest distance between two skew lines and the parallel lines. So for that, these coordinates are very important. So as I told you earlier, the components of the direction ratios of vector A, okay, is nothing but x1, y1, z1. Now this x1, y1, and z1 are the direction ratios of vector A. Okay. Next, this A, B, C, A, B, C. This A, B, C are nothing but vector B. Okay. For us, vector B is very, very important. Okay. That is with respect to that itself, we are going to solve more number of sums. So in this Cartesian form, you should be able to identify what is the direction ratios of vector A and vector B correctly. Only then you will be able to solve problem based on this, children. Okay. I hope this is clear. So this is Cartesian form of equation of line, and this is vector form of equation of line. So this is vector form, and this is Cartesian form. Okay. So now let's solve few problems based on this. You will understand how to do that. Okay. So find the equation of the line which passes through the point 1, 2, 3, which is passes through the point 1, 2, 3. Now this is nothing but vector A. Okay. Vector A is equal to 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. Next, parallel to the vector. So now parallel vector, that is nothing but B vector. So B vector is equal to 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 2 k cap, right? So we have to find the equation. Now look at this, find the equation is the question. Now they're asking us to write both vector and Cartesian equation. So we know that vector equation is vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda B, right? So A is this, so vector R is equal to A is 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap plus lambda times of 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 2 k cap. Okay, so this is a vector form. That's it. Okay, don't do anything else, Makle. Okay, so in this case, what you have to do is, so here you will just represent the equation. That's it. The multiplication of these numbers inside, that is not at all required here. So please don't get confused with this. Okay, so now this is the vector form, and the Cartesian form is, so this is vector form, and Cartesian form is x minus x1 by A is equal to, so y minus y1 by B is equal to z minus z1 by C. Okay, so this is Cartesian form. Now those component, the direction ratios of A and B vectors are very important for us. Now x minus x1 is nothing but vector A. Okay, the I component of vector A, that is nothing but 1. So 1 divided by A vector is nothing but this. So x minus 1 by 3 is equal to y minus y1 is nothing but this 2. So 2 divided by 2 is equal to z minus 3 divided by minus 2. Okay, so this is Cartesian form. Okay, so Cartesian form already written. So this is how you will find out vector equation and a vector form and a Cartesian form of equation of line, children. Okay. Okay, so now this is not there in the syllabus. Okay, now don't think that how to do this and all. Remember this, important for us before solving the problems based on angle between two lines, distance between two skew lines, and distance between parallel lines. So to do all of this, these conversions are important. Okay, that's why. So I just have two conversions. First one is convert into Cartesian form. This one, the vector form is given. First we will convert this into Cartesian form, and then Cartesian form to vector form. If you are clear in terms of these two, whenever they ask you questions based on find the shortest distance or else angle between two vectors, writing A and B will be easy for us. Okay, so that is the reason we are doing this. So let's see how to do that. Okay, first one. So vector R is equal to 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap plus lambda times of this vector. Okay, now we know that vector R is equal to vector A plus lambda times of B vector. Okay, vector A plus lambda times of B vector. So with respect to that, easily we can pick this is A vector and this is B vector. Okay, so now A vector is equal to 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 4k cap, and vector B is what is this, I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. Yeah. So now writing the Cartesian form is important for us. So x minus x1. x1 is nothing but this 3. Okay. So 3 divided by 1. X minus 3 divided by 1 is equal to z minus 2 divided by 2. Z minus next one is equal to sorry, not z, y minus, no. So y minus 2 divided by 2 is equal to z plus y plus because it is minus of minus. Okay, minus of minus 4 divided by 2. Now if I just rewrite this, x minus 3 divided by 1 is equal to y minus 2 divided by 2 is equal to z plus 4 divided by 2. So now this is the Cartesian form of this line, children. Okay, now you will be thinking, now imagine, if they give this vector, if they give this vector and ask us to find the Cartesian form, if it is minus 3, that we have to take positive, minus 2 positive. If it is plus, in that case, we have to consider minus. Okay, because of this calculation here, since 4 was negative, so we got positive. That means the original vector, when you write original vector, so this will be negative. Okay, now in this case, a is this, b is this. Now x minus x1 is nothing but a vector, right? So a vector is 5 divided by 3, okay, is equal to y minus of minus, that becomes plus 2 divided by 2 is equal to z minus, there is no k component here, so it is 0 divided by 6. If I rewrite this, x minus 5 divided by 3 is equal to y plus 2 divided by 2 is equal to z divided by 6. Okay, now if you compare this, minus 5 positive 5, plus 2 minus 2, so you have to take opposite sign, and there is nothing, so that means there is no k component in this b vector, and sorry, in the a vector. So b vector, of course, all components are there, I, j, k, so easily you can do this. Okay, now so now we'll do ulta of this. Okay, now on top of whatever next to x, y, z, whatever the numbers are there, that is nothing but a vector, and these are nothing but b vector. Now we'll write a vector. So a vector is equal to, now this is plus 3, right? So plus 3 in the sense, now since it is plus, actual formula is x minus x1. Now but here it is plus, that means it is minus 3i cap. Okay, and this is plus 1j cap minus 3k cap. Understood? Very important for us. I hope you understood this. You have to take opposite sign when it comes to x plus. Okay, x plus y plus z plus. And the b vector, there's nothing to worry. So b vector is equal to 3i cap plus 5j cap plus 1k cap. Now equation they're asking us to write, so let's write that. Vector r is equal to this one. So a plus lambda b, right? So minus 3i cap plus 1j cap minus 3k cap plus lambda times of 3i cap plus 5j cap plus 1k cap. Okay, that's it. So this is equation of line, so in the vector form, and when Cartesian form is given. Okay, now here in this case, okay, you have to be very careful when you solve this. Okay, if you see the numerator, children, usually x, y, z will be there in the first place, right? But in some of this, we don't have that format. Okay, so we have to write in that format only. Then this is we can write a and b vector. Now if you see 1 minus x, so x is not in the first place, so what we have to do is we have to take minus common. If I take minus common, this becomes x minus 1 divided by 3, and this is in the right format. I'm not going to change anything. So y minus 14 divided by 2 is equal to, I'll take minus common, so this is z minus 3 divided by 2, z minus 3 divided by 2. Okay, now what to do this negative sign? There's nothing to worry, so put it in the denominator. Now what happens to this is, I'll write x minus 3 divided by minus 3 is equal to y minus 14 divided by 2 is equal to z minus 3 divided by minus 2, children. Okay, so this is how you get in the original format. Now easily you can pick what is the right answer. So vector a is nothing but minus 3, not minus 3 because it's already minus, so it's plus. So let's write that vector. So vector a is equal to 3i cap plus 14j cap plus 3k cap, and vector b is equal to minus 3i cap plus 2j cap minus 2k cap. Okay, so you will not find any difficulty in writing vector b. Okay, but when it comes to vector a itself, you have to take the opposite sign, especially in the format when x and x minus x1, that format. Okay, so if it is plus, you will take opposite sign. That is one thing you have to remember. Okay. So I hope these two are clear. Now, with respect to these two slides, okay, the previous one and this one, okay, if you have understood this, the upcoming topic, what we are going to do, everything will be easy, children. Okay. Next, so next one, angle between two lines. Okay, this is the formula. Cos theta is equal to magnitude of b1 dot b2 divided by magnitude of b1 into magnitude of b2. Okay, please remember this is not the original formula. The formula is so theta. Okay, so theta is equal to cos inverse of the same copy paste. If you do, okay, this is what the formula. Why I am saying cos inverse of, because in examination you will write this formula, you will find out everything, and you will write cos theta is equal to this much. Cos theta is equal to some 100 divided by 200. So this is what you will keep. Okay, I'm not, don't worry about the number, I'm just giving an example here. Okay, so remember, we are finding the angle between two lines, right? So we have to write theta is equal to cos inverse of something. But instead of that, if you just write cos theta is equal to this one, then that cannot be the right answer, children. So that's why remember the final formula has to be like theta is equal to cos inverse of this one. Either while learning itself, you learn the formula like cos inverse of this, or else you should remember after writing this formula, the final answer has to be, you have to keep in terms of theta. Okay, so dot product of two vectors in the numerator and the magnitude of two vectors in the denominator, and we are focusing only on b vector. Okay, we are not considering a vector. That is one thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, now find the angle between two lines. So now two lines they have given. Okay, don't get confused here. So this is one line. Vector r is equal to lambda a plus lambda b, and vector r is equal to a plus mu b. Okay, the constants are different here. So a and so lambda and mu. Okay, if you consider this, we get to know very clearly that b1 vector. So b1 vector is 3I cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap, and b2 vector. B2 vector is what? I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. So one thing that I want to confirm you here, that there's no use of writing a vector in this format. Okay, why? Because the formula itself you have seen, it is b1 dot b2 divided by magnitude of b1 into magnitude of b2, right? So in this case, we are not going to use any of these a. Okay, so there's no use of writing a here. Okay, so I'll write the formula. Theta is equal to cos inverse of b1 dot b2 divided by magnitude of b1 into magnitude of b2. So this is the formula. Now let's take b1 dot b2 first. So b1 dot b2 is the dot product of two vectors. So dot product of two vectors is actually a number. Okay, the final product has to be the number. So 3 into 1 is 3 plus 2 2s are 4 plus 6 2s are 12. So we get 16, 19. Yeah, so 19 is the dot product of two vectors. Okay, and if you find the magnitude of this vector, so we'll find the magnitude of this vector. So magnitude of b1 is equal to square root of 3 square is 9 plus 2 square is 4 plus 6 square is 36, root 49, right? So root 49 is nothing but 7, right? So next magnitude of b2. So magnitude of b2 is root of 1 plus 4 plus 4. Yes, this is root 9. The answer is 3. Okay, now we got all these values. Okay, so I request you to solve like this itself, children. Okay, so that you will not miss out any of those. Sometimes what happens is you will substitute everything in the formula, and there you will mess up. Okay, it's like mixture of all the food that you get it. Instead of that, if you solve one by one, no, so then easily you can identify even if you go wrong. Okay, that's the reason. Solve like this and put it in the formula. Now it is easy for you to calculate. Now theta is equal to cos inverse of modulus b1 dot b2. What is b1 dot b2? It is 19 divided by magnitude of b1 is nothing but 7 into 3. So the answer is theta is equal to, so cos inverse of 19 by 21 is the answer. So this is the final answer. This is how you have to find out the angle between two vectors. Remember this. This is when vector form is given. So vector forms are these two vectors. Okay, so this is how you will find out the angle between two vectors. Okay, now this is also finding the angle between two vectors. Okay, but now the equation of lines are in terms of Cartesian form. Okay, so Cartesian form, you know that, right? So already we have seen how to convert Cartesian to vector and vector to Cartesian. So out of this, easily we can pick what is a vector and what is b vector. So these are the two things that we look at. Okay, this is b1 vector, this is b1 vector, and this is b2 vector for us. Okay, now let's focus on the formulas. So b1 dot b2, b1 dot b2 is equal to, so 2 into minus 1 is minus 2, 5 eighths of 40, minus 12, so minus 14, minus 14 plus oh no, not minus 14, yeah, minus 14 plus 40, then you get 26, right? 26 is the dot product of two vectors. Now magnitude of b1 is equal to square root of 4 plus 25 plus 9, so 34, 30, 25, 34, 34 root 39, right? There's nothing that we get it here. Next, magnitude of b2 is square root of 1 plus 64 plus 16, 16. So what do we get? 64, 6, 70, 80, 81. 81 is not a square number, so we can solve this for with respect to 9 and all. That's okay, you just calculate that. Okay, now theta is equal to cos inverse of b1 dot b2 is nothing but 26, divided by magnitude of this one is root 39 into root 81. See whether you can reduce it to lowest form. So that is the answer. Okay, so this is how you have to calculate when equation of line in terms of vector and Cartesian form is given, children. Okay, and it's one of the easiest to sum. Easily you can solve, and this will come for 2 mark, either 2 mark or 3 marker. Okay, sometimes they ask this in MCQs also. So MCQs or fill in the blanks. So you need to have an idea about this. Okay, next one. So next one is a very important formula for us. Distance between parallel lines. Okay, so distance between parallel lines, d is equal to b cross a2 minus a1 divided by b, divided by magnitude of vector b. Okay, so I would say that the formula that I have given itself is wrong. Okay, why it is wrong? Because you understand this. Okay, look at this, b cross a2 minus a1. Okay, a2 minus a1 is actually one of the vector, correct? The subtraction of two vectors, you end up getting vector itself, and along with that, you are finding the cross product of two vectors. So what happens is, when you find the cross product of two vectors, you end up getting a vector itself. Okay, now that vector into, when divided by magnitude, when you do it, you end up getting a vector. But here we are looking at distance, right? We won't get number, we end up getting vector. To avoid this, what is the right formula that you have to focus on is, this is the formula, children. Okay, d is equal to magnitude of b cross a2 minus a1 divided by magnitude of vector b. Okay, remember that magnitude. Okay, magnitude is only for the numerator. Okay, it's not full, it's not to avoid the modulus, it's not a modulus. In this case, what we wrote, this is actually modulus, this one is modulus, but in this case it is actually magnitude. The difference between, only in this chapter and you get that confusion. Okay, now this is, here you should not put that. Okay, this is wrong, and only the magnitude will write it. Why magnitude? Because that vector, whatever the vector you are going to get for these two, for that you will find the magnitude like this, square root of something square plus something square plus something square. When you find out this, you, of course, you get a number there, right? So this is what I'm saying. So please find the please put the magnitude only for the numerator, so that you will not get confusion. The problem is, you will not focus all of this when you're practicing some. Okay, only in the examination you get doubt about this. So that's the reason I'm just specifying here itself. So please don't go wrong in this. Okay, let's solve one problem in this. Yeah, so before that, let's see even the distance between two skew lines. Okay, and in this case, this is magnitude itself, sorry, modulus itself. There's no problem in that. Why? Because in between it is a dot product. Okay, dot product of two vector, it's actually a scalar, so you end up getting a number. Okay, and here you have to take magnitude. Okay, so here you have to take modulus. No. Here you have to take magnitude. Yeah, so magnitude is correct because we need a number. So remember, uh, after doing the operation, even if you're getting still the like if you're getting a vector, in that case you should go for magnitude of that particular vector. Okay, so this is the formula. Yeah, so it's a2 minus a1 dot b1 cross b2 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2. Most of you go wrong while writing the formula itself, so please learn this properly before getting into the actual sums. Okay, so find the shortest distance between the lines. The r vector is equal to that, and this vector. Okay, now so they will not specify find the angle between parallel lines or skew lines. Okay, remember, this is one thing you have to be very careful. They will not specify find the distance between two parallel lines or two skew lines. Okay, you will have to identify whether it is a parallel line or skew lines. How it is? Very simple. Okay, so now vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda b. Okay, a1 plus lambda b. Now vector r is equal to a2 plus lambda b2. Vector a plus lambda b2. Now if b1 is equal to b2, if b1 is equal to b2, okay, if these two vectors are same, then it is called as parallel vectors. Okay, remember, if b1 and b2 are same, in that case directly we have to go for finding the distance between parallel lines. Okay, or else easily we can pick whether it is q lines or parallel lines. Okay, so this is important for us. Okay, so that's why before solving the sum, see whether b1 and b2 are same. So this is b1 and this is b2. Of course, in this case they are not same. Are they same? No, they're not same. There's nothing to worry about it. So easily we can go for distance between two skew lines. Okay. Okay. A1 vector is equal to I cap plus 2j cap plus k cap. Okay. A2 vector is this one. So 2I cap minus j cap minus k cap. Next, b1 vector. So b1 vector is equal to where's that? I cap minus j cap plus k cap. Next, b2 vector is 2I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. Right? Now write the formula. Right? What is the formula? So d is equal to a2 minus a1 dot b1 cross b2 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2. So this is the formula. Okay, now we'll do one by one. So first one is a2 minus a1 I'll do. So if I do a2 minus a1 vector, so observe this, a2 is this, a1 is this. So 2 minus 1 is 1I cap. Next minus and minus, so minus 3j cap, minus and minus, so minus 2k cap, I got it. Okay, a2 minus a1. Next, b1 cross b2. So b1 cross, when you find out b1 cross b2, so b1 cross b2, you should go for determinant. So I, j, k of the numbers are 1, minus 1, 1, and 2, 1, and 2. So you get I of minus 2 minus 1 minus j of 2 minus 2 plus k of, what do you get? 1 minus of minus 2 you will get it, that is plus 2, right? Yeah, so if you solve this, minus 3I cap minus okay, plus 0j cap plus 3k cap 6th. Okay, so now b1 cross b2 both we got it. Now we have to find a dot product of these two, and now we'll find this is b1 cross b2. We'll find the magnitude of these two. So b1 magnitude of b1 cross b2 is equal to square root of 9 plus 0 plus 9. So root 18 we get it, and that is nothing but not 2 root how much, so it is 9 twos are right, so 3 root 2, so 3 root 2 we get it. Okay, now uh, the dot product of this vector and this vector, so a2 minus a1 is equal a2 minus a1, this and this. Okay, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3, 0 into this is 0, 3 into 2 is 3 into 2, it's minus 6 divided by 3 root 2. So if you solve this, so minus 9 divided by, so 3 root 2, so we get minus 3 divided by root 2, that is nothing but 3 root 2, because since it is a distance we consider it as positive. Okay, so some of the calculations I did it directly. I hope you get an understanding of how to do it. So first one is a2 minus a1. So you have to subtract the second vector with respect to first vector. So there it is minus and plus, so you have to be careful. Okay. Next one, cross product of two vectors. This is the format that we do it, and we end up getting ijk. So this is your original determinant calculation. And here itself we find the magnitude of two vectors, and the magnitude of two vectors is root of a square plus b square plus c square. And once again, after everything, find the dot product of this and this. Okay, so that is what I have done here. Okay, and yeah, I got some of the values negative, but easily we can ignore, because it is we are finding the distance. Okay, so this is how you will find out distance between two skew lines. Okay, now so find the shortest distance between two skew lines when Cartesian form. Okay, so now Cartesian form is simple. Let's write a1 vector. So a1 is, be careful because it is plus, so it is minus I cap minus j cap, or all are minus k cap. Okay, next a2 is, from this you have to pick, that is minus 3 I cap plus 5 j cap, and is it minus 7? Yeah. Plus 7 k cap. Okay, so a1 vector and a2 vector both we got it. Now b1 vector, so b1 vector is 7 I cap minus 6 j cap plus 1 k cap, and b2 vector, so b2 vector is I cap minus 2 j cap plus 1 k cap. Okay, now it's simple. A2 minus a1, so first you understand, so a2 minus a1 vector, so second vector minus first vector, so minus 3 minus of minus 1, so minus 3 minus of minus 1 is minus 2 I cap, right, minus 2 I cap. Next 5 minus of minus 1, this becomes 6, right, plus 6 j cap. Okay, next 7 minus of this one becomes 7 8 k cap. Okay, so we got a2 minus a1, so easily you can calculate this. After that, b1 cross b2, so b1 cross b2 is equal to go for ijk b is 7 minus 6 1, and 1 minus 2 1. So now you get I of minus 6 minus of minus 2 minus j of 7 minus 1 plus k of minus 14 minus of minus 6. Okay, so you get 6 minus 4 I cap 7 minus 1, so minus 6 j cap plus 6 minus 8 k cap, you get it. Okay, so this is what b1 cross b2, right? Now if you find the magnitude of this, so magnitude of b1 cross b2 is equal to square root of 16, square of 4 plus 36 plus 64, so 64 36 100 root 116. So this is not a square number, but you can reduce it to lowest form, so this is what the number you get it. Now let's find a dot product of these two vectors. So d is equal to A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 alva. So the product of this and this we have to find out. Now minus 4 into minus 2 is 8. Minus 6 into plus 6 is minus 36. Minus 8 into plus 8. Minus 8 into plus 8 is how much? Minus 64 divided by root 116. So minus 100, 92 divided by root 116 is the answer. Minus we get it, so ignore the minus. This is what the distance that you get it. Okay, so that's it, children. So I have not taken any problem based on parallel lines. Okay, root 116. Okay, so I have not taken any problem based on parallel lines. I'll just do it here itself. So see this. So vector r is equal to I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap plus lambda times of I cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Okay, so this is a vector. Now let's take b vector. One more vector, sorry, one more line. Vector r is equal to I cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap plus lambda times of I cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap plus 6k cap. Okay, now how I got to know that in both are parallel vectors? So remember b1 and b2 are same. Okay, this vector and this vector should be same. In that case, easily you can find out what it is. Okay, so if I write a2 minus a1, so look at this, a2 minus a1, let's find out first. So a2 minus a1 is equal to this minus this, right? So 1 minus 1 is 0 I cap, this into this, minus 2 minus 5 j cap and 4 minus 3 plus 1 k cap. Okay, and b vector we know, so b vector is equal to it is I cap plus 2j cap plus 6k cap. Okay, so now let's do b cross. So be very careful, it is actually b cross a2 minus a1. Okay, so b cross a2 minus a1, so I j k, and as I told you earlier, it is actually a magnitude, right? This is b is 1 2 6 and this is 0 minus 5 1. So what do you get? I of 2 minus of minus, this is a plus 30 minus j of 1 ones are 1 plus 0, you will get plus k of so you get 32 I cap minus j cap minus 5k cap. Okay, so this is what I was saying, okay, earlier. Now when you find b cross a2 minus a1, you end up getting a vector, but here there is no but we need a value, right? So in that case you go for magnitude of that. Okay, magnitude of this particular vector, you will get the answer. Now magnitude of b is what? Magnitude of b is the root of 1 plus 4 plus 36, right? So root 41 you will get it, root 41. Now d, so magnitude of this particular vector. So we found out what is the cross product of this one. So square root of 32 square plus 1 square plus 25. 5 square is 25 divided by how much it is? Root 41, right? So root 41. So 32 into 32, if you calculate, 32 2 is a 64. 32 2 is a 64, 6 carry over, 32 3 is a 64, 96, 96 plus 6, 102, 1024. Yeah, so this is 1024 divided by root 41. So d is equal to 1024 divided by root 41. So this is the answer. Okay, so if there is any calculation mistakes, just ignore that. Anyhow, you will have calculated easily, you can calculate. So this is about the 3D geometry channel. Okay. I hope this one video is enough for you to score full mark in this chapter. So I have covered almost everything in this. So I hope this is useful. So if it is useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if it is useful, please share it with your friends and ask them to watch it. So that's it from my end. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.